Have you ever met somebody that just seems to be naturally good at video games? Like, it doesn't matter what game they play, they seem to do really well. And then there's you, sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard, left with nothing but confused teammates and a self-esteem the size of a kiwi. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. My name is Quinn, and today we're going to be looking at why you suck. Yeah. So there's a few ways that I can answer this question, and it goes beyond things like learning the fundamentals of whatever game you're playing. Full disclosure, I'm not a pro gamer.
There's a void in your heart.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I know, I'm shocked too. But I have spent a decent amount of time trying to answer this question and trying to improve my own skills, and I think I might have come across a few things that you probably didn't think about. Keep in mind, this isn't like a top 5 tips to get better video. It's more about the process of improving and the mindset that you actually need to have. Alright, so let's start with you. You just picked up this month's reskin of Call of Duty, so you and your friends are going to hop online for some hardcore deathmatch. You all get to pretend that your virtual KD makes up for the fact that the KD in your real life is much more sad. So you do this for a few weeks, maybe even a few months. And by the end of it, you realize that even though at this point you've sunk almost 100 hours into this game, you haven't actually gotten much better. Now, there's obviously many reasons as to why this might be, but I'm going to try to boil it down to a few nuggets or tidbits that you might have missed. And the first one, you need to start playing with intention. Every time that you turn on your system, whether that's a console or a PC, doesn't really matter, you need to ask yourself one question. Am I going to use this time to effectively practice and improve, or am I just going to play the game? This is a personal pet peeve of mine where people are angry that they're not good at something, but they're not actually willing to put in the work to improve. This doesn't mean that the only way to get better is by dedicating your life learning the game's meta. It just means that you always have to be looking for ways to improve. Once you answer this question, things are going to look a whole lot different. And this leads me into my next point, which is perspective.
I'd like some fresh, clear, well-seasoned perspective.
So what do I mean by this? Well, in the last example, you're sitting there asking yourself why you're not getting better. But you literally just answered your own question. If you don't know why you're not getting better, you're not going to get better. And I know this seems obvious, but just because you've played a game for 100 hours or more does not mean that you're good at it. The only thing that this is going to do is going to get you decent at the fundamentals. And not that this isn't important, but if you actually want to become a better all-around player, you need to start thinking outside the box. Do you think that professional chess players win because they've read the rulebook? No. They win because they outsmart their opponent. And you need to start thinking the exact same way. This sort of ties into my third nugget. And that's, video games are not just about muscle memory. They require a lot of brain power for you to get good at them. You always need to be thinking about your decisions and why you're doing the things that you're doing. You can't just aimlessly wander around until you find an opponent to kill. You have to be more mentally active than that. This is why skills like communication are so important, because they allow you to know what's happening where so that you can make smarter plays against your opponent. So here's a few things that you can do to improve your skills. For number one, you need to make improvement your focus. Analyze your gameplay, learn new techniques, watch pros and see what they're doing. You always need to be getting better. For number two, you need to have an active mind. It's so easy to play games on autopilot, and I'm guilty of this too. But unless you're just looking for entertainment, you need to stay away from this habit. If you want to get better, you have to be running on all cylinders. Number three is probably my favorite, and that's, if you're going to fall, you might as well fall forward. And what I mean by this is, every failure is an opportunity to learn, and you need to take what you've learned and then apply it. This is what's so valuable about rewatching your gameplay, is you can figure out where you went wrong and analyze other people's gameplay and try to emulate what they're doing. If you're not willing to do that, then you're going to stay exactly where you are. Alright guys, I appreciate you checking this video out. I hope this stuff was helpful. I know none of it was exactly practical and it was more theoretical than anything else, but I promise if you concentrate on these things, you will see improvement. If you want to talk more about video games, feel free to check out my Twitch channel, or if you want to become part of the community or take part in tournaments, you should think about joining our Discord. Link for all that in the description below. Thanks for watching.